Hi everyone, my name is Yasir Yamin and I welcome you all in this orientation session on Diploma on IFRS offered by ACCA. Now in this session, we'll be discussing the whereabouts of this diploma on IFRS. We'll be discussing who is it for, how much does it cost, what is involved, what kind of accounting standards will you be studying, and who should do and who should not do this, and what I will be offering during the tuitions of this diploma in IFRS. So let's just start this orientation session, but first you need to know about the tutor, about me. As I said, my name is Yasir Yami. I'm a qualified chartered accountant. I'm a member of ICAW, ACCA. I'm a fellow member of ACCA for that regard. I'm an associate chartered management accountant from Institute of Chartered Management Accountants of Pakistan, and plus I hold a bachelor's degree. I've been teaching, these subjects of reporting and financial management and cost accounting for the last 13 years, for even more than 13 years, let's say. At the same time, I've gathered professional experience of over a decade working in audit firms and industry. And during this time, I've gathered a lot of information and a lot of knowledge on how, this profession actually works. My teaching style will be engaging. I'll be interacting with you guys. One of the most key proponents that I offer is, utilizing real world examples. And I would like to use these real world examples in order to enhance your understanding about particular accounting standards and their implication in real life world and so on and so forth. Now, most of you guys are aware that whenever you enter into a professional qualification or a professional certification, you are expected to perform on real world like examples or case study examples. My style of teaching, and I'm supported by the experience that I possess, would always be to give you real life examples that I have encountered during my professional career up till now. I've seen many situations that businesses face, that audit firms face, with regards to compliances, with regards to presentation, with regards to communication, with regards to the preparation of financial statements. On all of this experience will be inculcated within my lectures, and these will be transferred to you as knowledge. All right. So after a brief background of myself, I would like you to come and see what is IFRS Diploma all about. Now, when you talk about diploma in IFRS, first of all, you need to understand if it's for you or not. First of all, you need to make this clear in your mind. This diploma in IFRS is not for everyone. It's for anyone who has had an accounting background. Now, these may include some accounting professionals that may not be qualified professional chartered accountants, but have been working in the accounting function, or they have a master's or a bachelor's degree in accounting. They have had some sort of experience in accounting. They work as an accounting professional, but they are not backed by, an accounting qualification. This is a qualification, this is a certification, this is a diploma for those auditors, those cost accountants, those graduates which have been working in real life. They know the whereabouts of accounting but are not well versed within the implications of international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards. So you must have got an accounting background. Let's say if you're from a medical background, this diploma might not help you. If you're, for example, if you're from an engineering background with no knowledge of accounting, this diploma is not going to help you. This diploma will only serve the cause if you have reasonable knowledge of accounting. And what do you mean by that reasonable knowledge of accounting? Reasonable knowledge of accounting means that you know what are debits and credit. You know how trial balances are prepared. You know how financial statements are formed. You know how companies work. If you got reasonable level of experience either through work or either through your academic, academic track record, if you've got reasonable experience of how the accounting function actually works, then this diploma is for you. And this diploma is even for those tutors and educators who tend to teach business subjects but are not very well versed with the accounting terminologies and with the accounting guidelines and the financial reporting guidelines. you need to bear in mind that this diploma in IFRS is not a generic qualification, is not a generic certification, but is rather a very much focused, a very much specialized certification to have. You cannot match this certification with an online e-learning program that you can get over other platforms, over third-party platforms where you can learn the basics of accounting. This is not about basics of accounting and financial reporting. This is technical. This is specialized knowledge about international accounting standards and IFRS. Now, anyone who has done like their bachelor's in commerce, or who has done their master's in commerce, or who has done BBA or MBA, or have been working by virtue of their experience, they have been working in the finance function, this diploma is for you guys. Believe me, you will get all the knowledge as any professional chartered accountant has through this diploma. So as far as the IFRS knowledge is concerned, you will be competing with a professional chartered accountant as far as the IFRS knowledge is concerned only. All right. Now, first of all, before you even decide if you really want to pursue this diploma or not, you need to understand what are the eligibility requirements. And whatever I said, eligibility requirements, tend to say the same. The eligibility requirement to attempt this diploma in IFRS, which is offered by ACCI, is that you must have 2 years of accounting experience plus a degree, or maybe a certificate in IFRS, which is also offered by ACCA. It's an e-learning module that you can, it's a self-learning module that you can do via ACCA's registration platform, ACCA's website. You should have a degree, not necessarily in accounting, but or you might have a certificate in IFRS, but you need to have at least 2 years of experience working in an accounting or finance function. I'm repeating it again. You do not need to have a professional qualification in your hand necessarily. You can have any academic qualification, but any academic degree for that sake. But at the very least, you need 2 years of experience in an accounting function. If you don't have a relevant degree, then the other option for you to register with ACCA for a diploma in IFRS is to have 3 years of accounting experience. 3 years of accounting experience means that you have been working in a function of an entity, in a finance function of an entity, and you have gained relevant experience on how to and in how the accounting function actually works. And I've already told you, you need to have enough knowledge before trying to attempt this diploma in IFRS. You need to have enough knowledge of accounting. You need to know how debits and credits work. You need to know how basic financial statements are prepared, the profit or loss statement, the balance sheets, and these sort of stuff. Only if you know these, you can go and attempt diploma in IFRS. If you don't have these set of skills, then you should first pursue certificate in IFRS or pursue a relevant short-term degree, and then go on to do this diploma in IFRS. All right. So these are the eligibility requirements, and you can always write to ACCA. Yeah. Maybe you can use this address, info@accaglobal.com, and ask them, give them your degree, give them your relevant documentation, and ask them if you're really eligible or not, and they can give you a tailored feedback based on what experience you have and based on what are your circumstances. ACCA is the best judge. All right. So if you feel that you're eligible, you need to know that if attempting this diploma in IFRS exam, which is one exam only, will this help you in your career or not? Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to pursue this diploma in IFRS, there is the base motivation behind this decision would be a career progression. So what would be the outcome of pursuing this diploma in IFRS? The most notable outcomes will be that you will have enhanced knowledge on international accounting standards. You see, more than 100 countries in the world, more than 100 countries' legislations in the world require entities, more specifically public limited companies, to apply IAS and IFRS published by International Accounting Standards Board for the preparation of their financial statements. So this is basically a global skill that you would possess. And once you have done your diploma in IFRS, you would be eligible to work in any of the companies that are present in more than 100 countries of the world. Majority of the large economies and majority of the entities do apply IS and IFRS one way or the other. So it's definitely a global skill. It's a global language that you will learn. That will allow you to have career advancement opportunities. It is quite a good possibility that you have been working for 2 years or 3 years in an accounting function, but you are still a junior accountant. And you want to get promoted to a senior accountant or a senior finance professional, or you want to get promoted, you want to pursue your career in accounting and finance, but you don't have the relevant knowledge. You see that your career is stuck. If your career is stuck, you need to gain sufficient knowledge to make sure that there is enough advancement in your career. You have enough knowledge to support your advancement, advancement wishes with regards to your career. It will definitely, I can assure you of this, once you have done this diploma in IFRS, once you have you studied about this diploma in IFRS, once you attempt the exam and get passed, definitely there will be a career progression. You can go to your employer and just show that you have completed diploma in IFRS, which is, by the way, a very competitive exam. I'll tell you about the exam in my next slide. But if you complete this diploma in IFRS, I can assure you that you can sufficiently claim for a career advancement. Even if you feel that you cannot advance your career in your own country, there will be global mobility options for you. Why? Because IS and IFRS is applied in more than 100 countries, as I just said. As a chartered accountant myself, I can move to Middle East, I can move to European countries, I can move to the US, I can move to Australia, I can move to plenty of the countries of the world just based on the skill that I have, that I possess knowledge about international financial reporting standards. So IFRS, oh, I'm sorry, I did not discuss about the word IFRS. IFRS is International Financial Reporting Standards. So nowadays, entities are required to prepare their financial statements in a manner that is consistent all over the world. For this to happen, there are global accounting standards according to which more than 100 countries say that according to these standard financial statements should be prepared. There are more than 40 IAS and IAS international accounting standards and international financial reporting standards that are applicable in the world today. And based on that particular scale, people have global mobility options for sure. All right. Then you will have some professional recognition and accreditation. Obviously, you will be awarded with the formal diploma in IFRS by ACCA. ACCA is a very well reputed organization, and a diploma offered by it and a certificate given by ACCA to you is something which you can really be proud of, and it will be professionally recognized almost by all companies that are there in the world. Make sense? Furthermore, you'll become part of an esteemed network, right? An esteemed network of global chartered certified accountants. You'll get good networking through this qualification. So networking and professional development will also be one of the outcomes that you will achieve by pursuing diploma in IFRS. All right. So how does it really work? You see, IFRS diploma consists of one exam only. This exam will last for 3 hours and 15 minutes and the pass marks will be 50. Remember, this will be a CBE. What do you mean by a CBE? This will be a computer-based examination, right? Remember, which is center-based. Once you register, you will be called on a specified date on a center, and there a center-based examination will take place. You will be required to solve the exam on a computer. You will be required to prepare some financial statements on the spreadsheet which will be given to you in the exam. You will be asked to answer the case studies through Word, on computer, in the center-based examination. All right. Now, what would be the exam structure? Your exam will consist of 4 questions only, and each question will be of 25 marks. The first question will be on preparation of group financial statements. Now, what do you mean by group financial statements? You see, if you have worked in an accounting function, you would know that many a times companies have their subsidiaries. There are large groups in the world which operate more than one businesses, and they have more than one entities in their umbrella. One of the requirements of IFRS is that while each separate entity is required to prepare their own set of financial statements, but the group itself is required to prepare a consolidated or a cumulative set of financial statement for their investors. Let's say there is a company named Siemens. Now, Siemens is headquartered in Germany, but they have separate legal entities operating in more than 100 countries of the world. Now, a Pakistani Siemens entity would be preparing their own set of financial statements, an Indian entity would be preparing their own financial statements, a Dubai entity would be preparing their own financial statements, but at the end of the day, Siemens Germany would be required to prepare a cumulative set of financial statements for the entire family, and that family is known as an entire group. Siemens would be expected, as a parent company, Siemens would be expected to prepare, cumulative set of financial statements in order to report the financial statements to their own shareholders, and that set of financial statements is known as group financial statements. Luckily so, in this particular course, you will understand from the very basics. You will understand from the very basics how group financial statements are actually prepared, how they are prepared. And let me tell you in advance, whatever we study in this diploma in IFRS under my supervision, under my tuition, you will understand everything from the very basic. As far as you know how debits and credits are done, as far as you know what is P&L and balance sheet, even if you don't know how to prepare them, but you know what is P&L and balance sheet, I can assure you will be doing everything from the very scratch, and you will completely understand everything by the end of this course. The second question of your exam will be about some accounting implications that you will study throughout your tuitions, and you will study about ethics as well. Question number 2 will be about ethics. Now, accountants are often made responsible to the shareholders of an entity. They are responsible to report transparently to the regulators, to the investors, to the potential investors, and the lenders. And that is why it is important for accountants to stay ethical. At the end of the day, we have a fiduciary duty to make sure that transparent books and records are prepared and presented transparently to the investors and other stakeholders. And that is why ethics is important, and ethics is duly tested in all ACCA curriculums, likewise in a diploma in IFRS as well. This is a very interesting area by far. You will get to know what sort of ethical dilemmas does accountant face, what happens when the accountant's job is on the line, when they are motivated to do something wrong, but they have learned about ethical principles that are required by an accounting professional, and what they really do, what they should do in such a scenario, how they can make sure that there is no fraud, there is no lack of compliance, there is no insider trading, everything is covered in this ethics topic. Then there will be 2 more questions, question 3 and question 4, and this will solely be on the implications of international accounting standards, namely IAS, and international financial reporting standards, namely IFRS. These will be tested through a case study. Now, some of you might be thinking, sir, we don't really understand what is IAS at the end of the day. What is IFRS at the end of the day? I mean, this is what you are going to learn throughout this program. What will be our study pattern? You see, our study pattern will start from the very basic. You will start learning what is the conceptual framework behind accounting standards. You see, you will tend to understand how accounting standards are made, why accounting standards are necessary in the first place, what is IAS, what is IFRS, who publishes these accounting standards, who should apply these accounting standards, what was the main purpose of introducing these accounting standards. You will learn everything. You will learn every conceptual thing from the very basics in the area of conceptual framework. Once you know why the existence of international financial reporting standards is necessary, then we will go on to learn about different accounting standards that are present in the world, both IAS and IFRS. The distinction between IAS and IFRS you will learn while you study conceptual framework. Then you will learn some IAS and IFRS. Once you have learned some IAS and IFRS, we'll go on to study how financial statements are prepared for a single entity. Once you learn how to prepare a set of financial statements for a single entity, then you will go on to learn how to prepare financial statements for an entire group. A group consists of more than one entity. It might be a global large network of entities. You will learn how group accounting is actually done. And remember, you don't need even if you don't have any basic backgrounds on group accounting, do not worry about it, because we'll start from the very scratch. We'll start from the scratch. What is a group? How group is formed? Why group accounting is necessary? And so on and so forth. Everything you will learn. All right. Then we'll see what disclosures, what notes to the accounts are to be presented in financial statements. What is ethics of accountants. Towards the end, we'll be doing some past papers, and that will be complemented by some mock exams as well. Now, this will be the whole study pattern which you will see under Diploma in IFRS Tuitions by myself, Yasir Yamin. Sir, if we want to give this examination, how much time should an average student be sparing? You see, let's say if you're a full-time student, then definitely you can do this within 3 to 5 months. The least going 3 months and the maximum going 5 months. This is only the case if you are a full-time student. Maybe you have done your bachelor's and you want to pursue your career in accounting and you want to go through this diploma in IFRS route. Or maybe you are in a gap year and you want to learn about professional qualification, you want to learn about professional accounting, and you want to decide if you want to build a career in this or not. If you're a full-time student, 3 to 5 months is more than enough. Let me be very honest. If you're not a full-time student, and most of you would not likely be a full-time student, for you guys, I would recommend 5 to 6 months of course study. That's the max. Not more than that. 5 months or 6 months, that's the maximum time I think you should require to complete my lectures and prepare for your exam. Not more than that. The examination is done 2 times a year, in June and December every year. This is June first week and again December first week. The exam dates are published on ACCA's website, and you can know about that on ACCA's website. The examination fee differs from region to region. It starts with around £180 at the time I'm making this lecture, and it goes on to £230 depending on the region that you are. The ACCA's fees varies up a bit from region to region because ACCA incurs different amount of costs in different type of countries. Yeah, cost for examination centers, cost for staff and everything is not the same in each and every country, and that is why the fee differs by some amount. So the fee is £180 to £230. And it does not matter where you are attempting this examination. A person attempting in Pakistan would get the same paper as a person attempting the same diploma in IFRS in India, or maybe in UAE, or maybe for that sake in UK. All of you will get the same examination. So it's the same standard that ACCA follows for exam throughout the world. So it's truly a global diploma that you are pursuing. All right. And the pass mark will be 50. I hope you will easily get those. All right. Since you understand that this whole diploma in IFRS is predominantly going to be about IAS and IFRS, I would like to give you a glimpse of the coverage. You see, the International Accounting Standards or IFRS are often named with number sequence. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the first publication of International Accounting Standard was known as 1. The second publication of International Accounting Standard was named 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and so on and so forth. You know, since IAS and IFRS has been in place for more than 50 years now, some of the accounting standards were eventually replaced by updated accounting standards. So you might see that IAS 3 is not there, IAS 4 is not there, IAS 5 is not there, IAS 6 is not there, but IAS 7 is there, IAS 8 is there, then IAS 9 is not there, IAS 10 is there. Why does this happen? Why do you see skipping of numbers? Because these are the accounting standards that were first published maybe 50 years back by the International Accounting Standards Board, but were replaced by updated accounting standards or were thought to be irrelevant in nowadays, in today's time. And that is why they were made obsolete. Right now, you have these many accounting standards in your course. You'll start with IAS 1, you'll end it sustainability standards. These sustainability standards is the new topic, is the new and most latest development within the accounting profession. If you pursue IFRS diploma now, you will learn about these as well. So you'll start with IAS 1, 2, 8, 10, 12, 16, 19, and so on and so forth. The list goes on. Now the point that we need to discuss is not about how many IAS or IFRS you are going to cover. You are going to cover everything. You just need to look at this exhaustive list which I have presented in front of you. Nothing else you need to know. How should you proceed with this diploma in IFRS? You see, if you have already decided that you really want to go for it, you need to get in contact with us. How do you do that? What's the next step? Or how do you begin? You can go on our website www.accaonline.co. You can get some glimpses over there. You can get orientation lecture over there. You can get demo lectures over there. You can contact our student support at the given number on WhatsApp. Or maybe if you want to communicate directly to me, then my number is +92 345 2745092, and you can WhatsApp me anytime with any queries that you have, and I'll be able to explain you about diploma in IFRS or any other query that you have with regards to your career development. Once you have joined in, you have paid the fee, you have joined in, you will join our exclusive WhatsApp study group where I'll be giving updates about live sessions that we are going to have, about practice sessions that we are going to have, about mock examinations that we are going to have. This WhatsApp group is exclusively for registered students only. So you will get, one-on-one attention on yourself. You will get a focused attention on your progress. All right. So I sincerely hope to see you in my classes. I hope that you make the right decision for your own career advancement. If you have any further queries, remember you can contact me directly or contact our student support, and these will, they will guide you as well. All right. So thank you very much for your time, and I would like to see you in my sessions. Take care. Bye-bye.